Today we're going to look at repairing a bad seam on a torch down roof. So some of the tools we're going to use today: scraper, wire brush, scissors, patch and repair kit, credit card scraper, 4-inch double wide chip brush, or double thick chip brush, excuse me. Always have a rag with you when you're working with Leaky. And in this case, not necessary every time, but it'll make our job a little bit easier. Little hand blower, and you normally have the whole roll, but I pre-cut a piece of polyester Titex T272. So first thing we're going to do, we think the leak is coming in from the bad seam, either in this area or this area. Rather than trying to single it out, we're just going to 3/4 over the whole thing. So remember, you never want to put a coating over anything brittle. So we're just going to get rid of all this brittle bleed out. And this stuff actually isn't terribly brittle, so it can stay. But always remember, if it is brittle, it's got to go. Actually looked a lot more brittle than it ended up being. Now we want to clean our target area and around it. This roof isn't actually all that dirty, so even a little hand broom would have done the trick. But you can see how many loose granules it's removing. So let's probably take that thing out. And remember, you want to clean beyond your repair area as well. There we go. Now, if I didn't have my blower with me, it'd be perfectly fine to clean this off that way. But conveniently, I do have my blower with me. This will just do that faster. Now we'll start by pre-mixing the Part A in the Part A pouch. I like to have a scraper with me when I'm working with the patch and repair kits, just so that I can get everything out of the corners. And now there's a seal right there that we're going to break. Now to get that fully broken, we're going to apply pressure on both sides. Get that seal all the way broken so nothing's hiding in there. And then you always look cool during this part. Shake it up real good. Get everything out of the corners again. The other corners this time. Shake it up real good again. And one last time. Back to the original side. Shake that up real good, and we're good. Now this is going to be my primary target area on this repair, so I'm just going to start by pouring this pretty heavy right over that target area, making sure I'm leaving enough to cover the tape that I've got coming in next. And now with a 4-inch double thickness chip brush, just going to spread that out a bit. I want to be kind of equal on either side of it because we want our tape to go in equally on either side. The name of this process is 3-coursing. And it's a way of fabric reinforcing bad seams, bad spots. I mean, really anything that could have some movement. So we want to make sure that our tape is going at least a few inches beyond our repair area. Now, again, we want to get the tape center right down the center of the repair area. Now, here's where you got a couple of options. If you just have your chip brush, it's totally fine to work that tape in with the chip brush. No big deal. Now, what you want to do is make sure that the tape is fully impregnated before you add your next course. The other thing that works really well is taking your credit card scraper and scraping right along that tape. So, dealer's choice. I am partial to the credit card scraper, but neither one is wrong. And there's probably some advantage to both techniques. So, both will work in a pinch. So, if you are a credit card scraper guy like me, you don't have it, that's fine. It'll still work. The other thing you want to make sure that you're doing is closing any voids. This is a technique that's designed to strengthen and reinforce, but if we leave blisters or voids, we'll actually be creating weak spots. We don't want to do that. Now, dump a bunch of product out over the top there. We want to make sure, as we're going over the top, that we are leaving it no thinner than 30 mils on that top layer. That's our drop dead minimum. Now, a cool thing too, if you were doing a lot of this with Ecador, you could do all of the first layer, get the tape in, let that completely cure overnight, and then put your top layer on. Ecador bonds so well to Ecador that it'll always rebond to itself. But in this case, because it's just a small repair, we want to get off of this roof and be done with it. We're just going to put it all together at one time. Again, I'm being mindful of low spots, and I'm making sure that my lowest spots are going to be 30 mils, or in this case, greater than that. I also like to try to hide the seams. Now, there's other variations. If we were having to do a wider area, we can get that impregnated, put a small strip to layer in the next piece, and then keep going from there. But there you have it. That is 3-coursing a bad seam on a torch down roof.